Chapter 21. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After some rest, my physical strength has recovered a lot. Qingyun also moved the supplies from the shore back to the ship, and Nami was also helping. This process took them a lot of time. After some tidying up, everything was sorted. In addition, Qingyun also collected the 98 ordinary machetes he seized from the pirates this time. The price of an ordinary machete should be about the same as the one sold in Ipponmatsu's store. If this number is rounded off, 100 is not too much, a handful of 50,000 belly. The value of 100 handfuls is 5 million belly. To put it in disguise, he has already earned about 5 million baileys. Take it back to the ship first and slowly synthesize it. Qingyun collected a roll, and without Nami noticing, he put all the machetes into his personal space. After solving everything, they left this small island, heading to Luogu town. After all, corpses will rot if left for too long. He does not have the ability to freeze the pile of corpses like Qingji to ensure that they will not rot, therefore, he can only head towards Roge town first. Enter Rogue town. Nami was the happiest. After all, the other party could get an income every time, so how could she not be happy? With such an income, she could collect it with just a few more 100 million belly. Bought the village back. A day and a half later, the boat floats on the sea. Qingyun and Nami. It's like arriving in Rogue town again. During this time on the ship, Qingyun synthesized all the ability crystals that could be synthesized. Now, he already has several rare ability crystals in his hands, 1 rare physical crystal, 3 rare soul crystals, 3 rare talent crystals, and 2 rare physical crystals. In addition, there are some other ordinary and excellent ability crystals, because after synthesis, some of these crystals have just been synthesized into higher level ones, so the number is 0, while some have some extra, but there is still some gap between the synthesis, so many of them are single digits. The harvest from this trip is really quite rich. Although the pirates in the East China Sea are the most crotch-loving, it is much weaker than the other 3 seas, and that is also because Garp often goes home to visit relatives, but it's undeniable, such a relatively weak Donghai can be regarded as a very qualified novice village. For him who has just arrived in the world of pirates, this is the most suitable place for him to develop and improve his strength. In addition, the 98 ordinary machetes were also synthesized, and 9 sophisticated machetes were synthesized. But, I want to improve the level of the 3rd generation ghost. Then you still have to synthesize a weapon with a level of good sword, and then synthesize it mainly with the 3rd generation of ghost swords. This way, the 3rd generation of ghost swords, whose own grade is only a quick sword, can be directly upgraded to the level of a good sword. Go. But, this obviously has some difficulties. After all, if calculated according to the decimal system, to synthesize a good sharp knife-level weapon, he would have to use at least 10,000 ordinary-grade weapons to synthesize them. Of course, if he could have fine-grade weapons, he would only need 1,000, but so many weapons, if you want to get it, it's not easy at all. You can only take one step to see half of it. He tried to kill more pirates and get more weapons from the pirates, so that he would not have to spend money to buy weapons for synthesis. Old rules. Arrived at the port, pay money. A truck was brought. Then they took the corpses of this group of pirates to the Navy branch in Rogue town. Came twice. The Navy here is relatively familiar with them. Examine, check, confirm again at the end, then you can claim the bounty. Subsequently, people from the Navy also took them to collect the bounty. After receiving the bounty, the smile on Nami's face never stopped, and just after walking out, soon, he met someone who looked both familiar and strange. The other person wore glasses, short dark blue hair, and held a knife in his hand. For him who has watched One Piece, he can tell the identity of the other party at a glance. Dasky. This is the colonel of the naval branch in Rogue town. Mog subordinate. The position in the Navy is the position of sergeant. Have to say, who would have thought that this girl with a tacky-looking outfit would be called the standout in the filthy G5 branch, when she became the colonel of the Navy's G5 branch 2 years later. Can only say, time is both a killing knife and the best cosmetics. But when Dasky met Qingyun for the first time, she immediately felt that they were very strange. However, the other party was in the naval base. This also made her subconsciously ask. Bounty hunter. Qingyun replied calmly, although the other party is an important role in One Piece, he is not unable to walk after seeing the girl, and what he is greedy for is the weapon in the other party's hand, Kwaisho Xiaoya Shigure. But it is a weapon on the same level as the third-generation Kitetsu in his hand. If he can get it, he can directly reduce the synthesis of 1,000 ordinary weapons. Of course, this is just a thought. After all, he has no intention of antagonizing the Navy. I mean, he is a bounty hunter. After the bad relationship, is it possible for him to become a pirate to make money by burning, killing and looting people? Say no to it. It would be more comfortable to be a bounty hunter. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Faloo's 18th anniversary brand upgrade gives back to readers. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, August 10th to August 20th. Chapter 22. You are listening at novelfull.audio. That knife of yours is. Suddenly, Daisuke's eyes were locked on the weapon on Qingyun's waist. She held her glasses with one hand and took out the famous sword catalog from her pocket with the other hand. After flipping through it quickly, she found it, then she checked again. After making sure you read it correctly, then she said the next words. The third generation of ghosts didn't expect that the third generation of ghosts would fall into the hands of a bounty hunter. Daisuke said with some discomfort in her heart. She looked at Qingyun with a somewhat evil look. For a person who loves swords, she is obsessed with the famous swords in this world. She would like to know if the famous swords fall into some bounties. In the hands of hunters and pirates, she felt that the treasure was covered with dust. Fortunately, Qingyun was not a pirate, otherwise, she might not have directly challenged Qingyun and snatched away the third generation of ghosts. I am thinking about your knife, you are thinking about my knife, this is really true. Qingyun also thought speechlessly in his heart. He was still thinking about the opponent's weapon just now. As a result, in the blink of an eye, the opponent was thinking about his weapon. Okay, Nami, let's go. Qingyun said lightly. Meeting Daisuke was just an accident, but he is not so much that he can't walk away when he sees a woman. He is not a licker. Good. Nami quickly followed up. This man. Daisuke felt a little unhappy. She was heartbroken that a sharp knife like the third-generation Kitaro fell into the opponent's hands, especially after the other party answered her question. Just ignore her look. She felt that the other party was really going too far. Outside. I just saw your eyes light up when you looked at that female Navy officer. That woman seems to be interested in you too. Why don't you go over and ask someone else's name? Nami said from the side. As soon as she opened her mouth, Qingyun could smell Nome's jealousy. Nami, do you smell this? Qingyun asked Nami seriously. What is the taste? Why don't I smell anything? Nami sniffed and frowned. It smells like vinegar. I don't know who it is. It's so jealous that I can't stop the smell of vinegar. Qingyun said with a smile. Hearing this, Nami also reacted directly. The other party was saying that she was jealous because of Daisuke. Ah. Who do you think is jealous? Nami became angry and raised the black suitcase in her hand, waving it towards Qingyun. However, Qingyun had already greased the soles of his feet and started to run away. Stop, you dare to say I'm jealous, I'm going to kill you. Nami roared as she chased, the suitcase in her hand whirring as she waved it. After the two laughed and played for a while, they also found a hotel to rest. This trip consumed a lot of supplies and must be replenished. A few days later, rested for a few days in Rog Town, Qingyun and Nami also set off. It is the so-called combination of work and rest, of course. Qingyun couldn't make himself like a stretched spring and force himself to keep killing pirates to improve his strength. That was still too tiring. Appropriate time. After experiencing a killing, he should also take a proper rest. After all, a balance between work and rest is also very important. Made so much money, isn't it just for flowers? He likes money, but not to the point of being a miser. Therefore, in his rare free time, he ate, drank and had fun in Rog Town, and lived a quite happy life. Played for a few days. Of course Qingyun is also going to start work. Bounty hunter, clock into work. Pirates, be obedient and offer your heads, the sun and the moon rotate, and time flies. In this period of time, Qingyun devoted most of his time to hunting down the pirates, 1 month, a full month's time. He took Nami and wiped out 7 pirate groups. Certainly, the strongest among them is at most the captain of the pirate group, who has a bounty of 8 million baileys. The bounty exceeds tens of millions. Qingyun has not met Qingyun yet. His strength is not weak, but it is not that easy to deal with pirates whose bounty exceeds tens of millions. At least until all his strength is raised to the captain level, he will not do this. His income, of course, was baileys, who earned more than 20 million, and the same was true for Nami, who was 50 to 50 equal to him. Don't say anything else. With such an income, Nami was already shocked and almost started crying while hugging Qingyun's lap. Certainly, that last sentence was just a joke, but it is undeniable that Bailey's income is so amazing, and Nami herself was shocked. If she hadn't been burdened with the fate of Cocoa West Village, she would have really wanted to be a bounty like Qingyun. Hunter goes down. Also, the 7 pirate ships captured from the pirate group are all large and sophisticated ships. The last ones were synthesized by Qingyun into his own boat, which improved the boat somewhat, but there was no direct breakthrough in level. According to the decimal synthesis mechanism, he should be 3 levels short of a sophisticated ship. In this way, he can upgrade the grade of his ship from fine to rare. Also, in this month, he gained more than just pirate ships. There are also weapons taken from the pirate group, 7 pirates a month. They were all killed by him, which can be regarded as the annihilation of the entire army. Therefore, he also obtained a lot of weapons from the defeated, all of which were of ordinary grade, but they could not withstand a large quantity. The 7-ship pirate group had a cumulative number of more than 1,300 people, and the weapons seized were as high as 1,300. 1,438 weapons, and there are many weapons of excellent quality. This brings him another firm step closer to upgrading the 3rd generation of Kitaru to the level of a good sword. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Big discount on Dragon Boat Festival reading. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, June 22nd to June 24th. Chapter 24. You are listening at novelfull.audio. A few days later, the weather was sunny and bright, and there was a smell of sea in the air. Qingyun was sitting on a deck chair, eating fruit leisurely. Qingyun, Ziluobo village is coming soon. Nami, who was at the helm, also said to Qingyun. Although she didn't know why Qingyun came to Ziluobo village, she didn't ask about it. After all, in this month, the other party had already made her more than 20 million. This is the god of wealth. What happened to the god of wealth taking a rest? If it weren't for the fact that she couldn't let him go in Cocoa West village, otherwise she would have been holding on to Qingyun's thigh. At least, if she could get 10 million shells every month with such a profitable income, she can wake up from her dreams with a smile. The work is coming. Qingyun also got up from the recliner, looking at the approaching island. His heart was full of interest. Now his strength has reached the captain level, even his physical skills and swordsmanship have reached the captain level, and his comprehensive strength altogether, he was at the captain level, at least the best among the captains. So, he set his sights on Baiji Lock. The opponent's strength was not weak. At least they were at the captain level, especially the opponent. He is very interested in the 2 abilities of Silent Step and Lifting to Death. Killing the opponent can harvest a lot of ability crystals, and you can also test your own strength. Why not do it? Although, the opponent Captain Manka of the Navy is being fooled around, but the position of the Navy does not necessarily equal the strength. Some are civilians, and this is especially true for the Navy of the Navy's Seahigh branch. If the Navy of the Seahigh branch goes to the Navy headquarters, the position will directly drop by 3. For example, if Colonel Manka goes to the Navy headquarters, then the other party can only have the position of captain in the Navy headquarters. Having said that, the strength of the Navy's 4 Seas branch is not only inferior to that of the Navy headquarters. Out of 3 classes as few as even more. Qingyun didn't dwell on this idea. Now that we are here, then he was ready to take action. he wants to settle Baiji Locke's 16 million bounty. He also wanted to earn a good ship from Kia. Finally, there are the other members of the Black Cat Pirates, and he also wants to take this opportunity to kill them all. After all, these people are not weak in strength, it can bring him a lot of ability crystals. For him, he really lacks ability crystals. Should say, he lacks some higher level ability crystals. In this month, he has killed a lot of pirates, but the strength of the pirates in these pirate groups is really nothing. The strongest ones are only at the level of sergeants. He was a little disappointed. This also made him realize that if necessary, it would be better to attack some more powerful pirate groups directly. Otherwise, if he wants to improve his strength to the school level, that would probably be difficult. So he focused on Baiji Locke and his Black Cat Pirates. Just Baiji Locke alone would bring him at least one outstanding body and soul crystal, equivalent to 1,000 ordinary body and soul crystals. Killing a few more powerful pirates would save him a lot of time. Therefore, it didn't take long for him and Nami to dock. Also logged in, set foot on this place. Qingyun also took Nami towards the nearby village. As for where he knew the direction of Syra village, of course you can tell by looking at the smoke above. This time is already noon. People in Zilyobo village also started to light fires and cook. It was time to have lunch, so there were bursts of smoke rising in the sky. This was also the reason why he determined the direction and location of Zilyobo village. The journey is not too far, it didn't take long. Qingyun and Nami arrived at Zilyobo village. Although the villagers here were a little wary of outsiders, Qingyun always had a gentle smile on his face and his words were approachable, so the villagers quickly let go of most of their wariness. How could such a handsome person be a bad person? Impossible, absolutely impossible. Therefore, after just asking a few questions, Qingyun got the location of Kia's family. After knowing the location, Qingyun and Nami walked towards Kia's house. On the road. That Miss Kia is a woman. Qingyun, you are not here for the other person, are you? Nami asked casually, pretending not to care. Nami, you are very jealous. Qingyun joked. You, what are you talking nonsense? I'm not jealous. Nami became anxious for a moment, stumbling over her words. This look is the best proof that she is jealous. Okay, don't be jealous, Nami, you are so beautiful. If I like you, you will be the first one to like you. Qingyun stretched out his hand and rubbed the other person's head and said with a smile, the relationship between him and Nami has heated up rapidly within this month, but it has not reached that point yet. In fact, this situation is very normal. When two people get along, when they are together, even if both parties are married, if they live in this mutually dependent situation for a long time, the emotions between the two will heat up quickly and even cross the moral bottom line. What's more, Qingyun and Nami are both still single. Their looks are not bad. As time goes by, the two are now in a situation where they are not together yet, but there is only one layer of window paper missing. However, Nami obviously has something in her heart. Concerns, 80% of it is because of the dragon pirates. That's why Nami is put off, but she shows her liking for Qingyun in her actions in life. Find the right time to kill the dragon pirates. Qingyun was walking, thinking secretly in his heart. On the other hand, Nami blushed a little because of Qingyun, but she still pretended to be calm and did not show the joy in her heart on her face. Just thinking about the dragon pirates, she couldn't help but feel disappointed. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Big discount on Dragon Boat Festival reading. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, June 22nd to June 24th. Chapter 25. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Boom, boom, boom. There was a knock on the door. Mary, who had a sheep-like hairstyle, also went to open the door. Click. When the door opened, he saw two figures standing in front of it, a man and a woman. The man was handsome and the woman was also extraordinary. But as Kia's servant, he knew Zilyobo village very well. Therefore, the first time he saw the other party, he knew that the other party was not a villager from Zilyobo village, outsiders. There is no doubt about this. What's wrong with you two? Mary asked. Sorry for disturbance. Qingyun said this first, and then continued to speak to the other party. We are bounty hunters. This time we heard some news. There is a very dangerous pirate who has hidden his identity in your home, so that's why. Excuse me. Hearing this, Mary also became nervous. Pirate. This is not a good word. In this era of great pirates, pirate is synonymous with evil. No one will like pirates, especially when there is a pirate group approaching. That is even more. The whole village was scared to death. For example, Usopp's behavior was like this in the beginning. Later, it was the story of the boy who cried wolf, but it can also be explained. In the eyes of ordinary people, pirates are still very scary. At this time, the frail Kia also walked down. Are you mistaken? There are no pirates in my house. Kia's face is pale, and one can see her pity at first glance, but her weakness can also be seen. I also hope that I am mistaken, but I did receive information that Baiji Kelluo was suspected of appearing here, so we came here specially. Qingyun shrugged and said, then, he also took out a reward order from his portable space. He held the reward order and opened it towards Kia and Meili, letting the other party see clearly the words on the reward order. Faces, one look, their eyes suddenly shrank. Is this the butler? Butler Krabatal. Obviously, even though 3 years have passed, how can a person change beyond recognition in 3 years without plastic surgery? This is obviously impossible, for Kia and Mary. Although Baiji Kelluo disguised himself as a butler and took the alias Clabbert, his appearance can be said to be 70% to 80% similar to the Baiji Kelluo in the reward order. Among them there is a difference between 20% and 30%, it is a difference in temperament. On weekdays, when Crow disguises himself as a housekeeper, he naturally behaves in an approachable manner in front of Kia and others, looking harmless to humans and animals, so, how can he be the same as him? The man with the murderous look on the reward list is the correct number. It seems right. The housekeeper you are talking about is the target I am looking for this time. Baiji Kelluo. Qingyun also showed his acting skills. This acting skill, it would be unreasonable not to win a statuette. At least, neither Nami, Kia, nor Meili noticed the loopholes in Qingyun's words, and they were all his superb acting skills fooled him, and no one saw anything wrong. Baiji Crow, with a bounty of 16 million baileys, was killed 3 years ago by the current Navy Captain Monka. In fact, according to the information I received, Baiji Crow's death was actually a fake death. He was looking for. I replaced myself with a person who looked similar to me, faked my death and escaped, getting rid of being chased by the Navy and bounty hunters. According to my last information, he seemed to be hiding here in Zilyobo village, so we specially looked for him. Come over. Qingyun said. 16 million baileys. We are going to be developed. Next to him, Nami's eyes lit up when she heard Baiji Crow's bounty. So much money. It was almost 1/3 of their performance last month. Baiji Kelluo is an insidious and cunning person. If he chooses to live in seclusion, he must take a fortune to live in seclusion and live the life of a rich man. However, from what you said, it seems that he is now your butler. Qingyun looked at Kia and asked, although he knew everything, he still had to perform to his heart's content when he should perform. Yes, he is my butler now. Kia nodded blankly. Is her housekeeper a pirate? And a big pirate with a bounty of 16 million belly? She was already overwhelmed by this news, and she still has thoughts in her head. Some cannot be transferred. He should have come to your house 3 years ago, right? Right. While he was pretending to be a housekeeper, did anything happen to your family? Did a relative die? Have. Can you tell me? Are my parents? Feel sorry. It's okay, my parents have been dead for a while. Although telling you directly like this is a little hard for you to accept, I still feel that I need to tell you that the death of your parents is probably related to Baiji Kelluo, and Miss Kia's weak appearance. He should want to be legal. Inherit your property and live a rich life. The conversation between Qingyun and Kia, it seemed that things were made clear, every word, it all made Kia's face look worse and worse. If what Qingyun the bounty hunter who suddenly appeared, said and speculated was true, then his parents probably died at the hands of Beetle. Oh no, at the hands of Baiji Crow, snap. Behind Qingyun, something seemed to fall to the ground, hear the words, he also turned to look, then he saw a figure with slicked back hair, glasses, and a black suit staring at him with cold eyes, and the sound of the floor was caused by the bag containing food at his feet. Hey, Baiji Kelluo, it's really a coincidence that you came here. We were just discussing you. Qingyun also smiled at the other party, but his hand was already on the hilt of the third-generation Geit's sword. This was considered a formidable enemy. How could he dare to underestimate the other party? New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Chapter 26. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Are you calling me? That there was a look of confusion on Locke's face, as if he didn't know what Qingyun called him, Baiji Locke, as if he was not who he said he was. You have recognized the wrong person. My name is Crabiter, and I am Miss Kia's housekeeper. Locke raised his eyes with his palms and said, this superb acting skills can be said to have no flaws, even Kia and Meili, after seeing the look of Crabitel. After looking at it, I also wondered whether Qingyun had mistaken Baiji Locke and Butler Crabitel. Locke, the action you raised your glasses has already exposed you. It seems that even after 3 years of seclusion, you have not forgotten the subconscious action you made when you raised your glasses when using the weapon Cat's Claw. Qingyun exposed the other party's flaw. Upon hearing this, Locke's heart jumped suddenly. He changed it. However, people's subconscious habits are difficult to change. Even if they deliberately change their habits, in a panic, when the other party revealed his identity just now, it also made him panic. Therefore, when he raised his glasses just now, his subconscious action was directly exposed. It's just a coincidence. Locke still wants to struggle. Coincidence? But I'm sorry, I don't believe it at all. Now you'd better lie down first. Qingyun curled his lips and said, Ikido-style Jinja. He took action, and his figure galloped towards Locke at a very fast speed. The third-generation ghost in his hand even broke out of the sheath, and rushed to him in an instant. In front of Locke, he drew his sword and slashed, puff. Blood beads were floating in the air, and finally fell to the ground, splashing blood all over the ground. However, was it avoided? As expected of Baiji Locke, his strength is pretty good. Qingyun flicked the third-generation ghost in his hand, and all the blood beads on the blade were thrown out and splashed on the ground. But his eyes fell not far away. That was Locke. The left sleeve of the opponent's black suit had already it was cut open by Qingyun Locke, and the blood slipped from his sleeve to his palm. Drops of blood dropped from his fingertips to the ground, forming round blood drop marks. After Qingyun's move, next, the opponent dodged, but Qingyun did not seriously injure the opponent with one blow, leaving the opponent unable to struggle. But there is good news, that is under his attack, the opponent was indeed injured, and the injury to his right hand was not small, that's all. It will be very difficult for the opponent to exert force with his right hand due to the damage. Baiji Locke is best at attacking with cat claws on both hands. Without the power of one hand, it will undoubtedly greatly reduce the power that the opponent can exert. Why, don't you bring the cat's claws? Oh, you didn't bring it with you, right? Qingyun looked at the other party and joked, how could he not see that the other party did not bring the cat's claws with him? He said this deliberately, just to stimulate the other party. You damn guy, you are really looking for death. Obviously my plan is about to be completed, and I can legitimately inherit all the wealth of the Kia family. Why do you want to come to me at this time? You ruined all my plans. I have no choice but to kill you all now. Locke's eyes became very cold, and his tone was filled with incomparable anger. In 3 years, in order to legitimately get all the wealth of the Kia family into his own hands, he worked as a third party here. The steward of the year, this year is the final day, but the other party suddenly appears, hindering his plan. Destroying everything he planned. This anger, he can't wait to let him remove the bones of the other party one by one. The death of Kia's parents was probably also due to you. Qingyun suddenly asked. Of course, if they are still alive, how can I get all the wealth of the other party into my hands? Locke also admitted it directly. At this time, there is nothing to hide. In his eyes, Qingyun and others are all dead. The dead cannot speak, just kill everyone. This will even if he framed this incident to the Black Cat pirates, he could still inherit all the wealth of the Kia family, although, there have been changes, but as long as the result remains the same, it will be fine. Butler Crabital, it's really you. After Kia saw Baiji Locke admitting that he was the murderer of her parents, she was extremely shocked. Such a murderer has been by her side for so long, but she has not found anything yet. Thinking that her parents just died in an accident, what followed was anger towards Locke, but her anger was of no use after all. In other words, Locke who was present did not care about her anger at all. It's just the anger of a weak person, he can kill the other person casually. Is this kind of anger important? Is it worth caring about? Then let me send you on your way. Qingyun's hands tightly grasped the third generation of ghosts, and a trace of darkness came from the blade of the third generation of ghosts. One sword flow, ghost energy, clearness. Qingyun's speed increased sharply at this moment, and he disappeared in an instant. The next moment, he appeared behind Locke. The next moment, poof. Blood spurted out of Locke's chest, and his eyes under his glasses were full of disbelief. Why, the opponent's attack speed is so fast quick, he didn't even have time to dodge. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Big discount on Dragon Boat Festival reading. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, June 22nd to June 24th. Chapter 27. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Boom. Crow fell to the ground. He was defeated by the opponent. But, it was more about bad timing. Originally, he just went out to buy groceries, so there was no need for him to bring the cat's claws. But when he came back, he heard that his identity was revealed, and he was confused. In this case, the other party treated him take action, without checking for a moment. He was injured, therefore, if he is fully prepared, he will never be defeated by the opponent so easily. Unfortunately, the enemy would not give him any time to prepare, so he was defeated. Clang. Qingyun swung the knife to shake off the blood on the blade, then sheathed the knife. Subsequently, he walked to Crow's side. The knife I just stabbed is not enough to kill you directly. Tell me how you usually get in touch with the Black Cat pirates. If you tell me, I can give you a happy life. If you don't tell me, then don't. Blame me for delaying you. Qingyun threatened Crow, who had fallen to the ground and was seriously injured. Of course he would not kill the opponent directly. Killing a crow can only get a little ability crystal, but, if you kill a Black Cat pirates, you will get the number of crystals. Then it's not just a little. On the night of the full moon every month, the Black Cat pirates will come to Shirabu village and land on the nearby coast. At this time, Crow also gave up the struggle. He knew that the man in front of him looked at him with cold eyes. If he really didn't say anything, the other party might really give him up. Now, he is already a loser. Even being tough is useless. It's better to tell the other person and ask for a happy ending. If you are happy, then I will happily send you on your way. After Qingyun heard this, he directly pulled out his weapon and sent Crow on the way happily. The tip of the knife pierced his heart. Crow also took the first step happily. At the same time, the familiar words appeared again. Pickable items detected. Do you want to pick them up? Pick up. Ding. Successfully picked up. Excellent physique crystal *4, excellent soul crystal *1, legendary talent crystal *1, excellent physical technique crystal *2, excellent silent step crystal *1, have been stored in the portable space. The ability crystal was put into the portable space. But, this time's harvest surprised Qingyun. I just killed one person, why can I get several of the same ability crystals? Such a situation made Qingyun a little puzzled. Such a situation had never happened before. and his golden finger seemed to know his doubts, so he quickly gave an answer and solved the confusion in his heart. In each level, the stronger ones may not necessarily only drop one ability crystal. If you are lucky, you will drop 2, or even several, but not more than double digits. After reading Goldfinger's text, the doubts in Qingyun's heart were also solved. Only, it seems that most of the pirate groups he encountered in the past dropped an ability crystal. Is his luck really so bad? Just lucky this time? Is that why several ability crystals were dropped? He didn't understand, but he didn't think much about it. After all, there is really no point in worrying about this kind of thing, anyway, as long as he earns it. Subsequently, he took out 2 excellent taijutsu crystals and drank them directly. There were many more memories about taijutsu in his mind. He had made a lot of progress on the path of taijutsu. Now as long as he is given 6 more excellent physical skills crystals, his physical skills can reach the school level. He would have to go to the Grand Line sooner or later. Therefore, before going, he must improve his strength to the school level. After all, if that place doesn't have the strength of a school, it might be a disaster. Especially, he is a bounty hunter, although the Navy is not his enemy, but in the Grand Line, apart from the Navy, the most numerous people are pirates. If the strength is not enough, he behaves like a sheep in a wolf's den, seeking death. Therefore, he needs to improve his strength and let this situation become a wolf in the sheepfold. Then, he took out the outstanding soul crystal again and ate it. His soul was lifted, and his head felt cool. Even though, he still doesn't know what the specific effect of his soul's improvement will be, but it is better than no improvement. If the improvement is high, some special changes will occur sooner or later. At last, he took out the legendary talent crystal he had harvested this time from his portable space. This ability crystal, what surprised him the most. Originally, he came here based on the ability crystal of the silent step, but, who would have thought, such a high-level ability crystal dropped from Crow, legendary level ability crystal. He is already a general and corresponding strength. Accident. It can be said that he was quite surprised, but after thinking about it carefully, it seemed reasonable to him again. Baiji Kelluo's strength is indeed only at the level of captain. In the East China Sea, he has some strength, but when it comes to the grand route, even in the first half, it is nothing. He can even be said to be a weakling, but that premise is, this is just strength and does not equate to talent. Strength is not equal to talent. Baiji Kelluo's poor strength is because the other party had the idea of retirement 3 years ago, so he focused on the Kia family's property. Therefore, 3 years of standing still made him so weak. If he concentrates on practicing. For someone who can develop a skill like the silent step that is comparable to the 6 styles and shave, do you think he has poor talent? This is definitely a lie. Legendary level ability crystal, he is a general. But there are also divisions in the ranks of generals, major generals, lieutenant generals, and generals. Even if they are only a little short of the emperor level, but have not reached the emperor level, they can all be called quasi-emperor level. Certainly, it doesn't matter whether he is quasi-emperor or not. The reason why Baiji Kelluo dropped a legendary talent crystal for him, according to Qingyun's thinking, is that the other party most likely has the talent to reach the level of a major general, but the other party neglected to practice, and was thinking about retiring and planning. The Kia family's property, therefore, this talent cannot be realized without hard work, as long as the other party tries harder. Maybe, when he met Luffy, he was facing a school-level powerful Baiji Qiao. Maybe Luffy will capsize. But all this was advantageous to him. See this, he thought for a long time, and after glancing at Nami next to him, he decided to put away this legendary talent crystal. Now, his strength was basically obtained through ability crystals. What he used to exert his general-level talent was to combine his sword skills and then come up with 2 good sword moves. As for the ghostly energy in the sword moves, that was after the 3rd generation ghost had surrendered to him and made him completely surrender. The 3rd generation ghost had deliberately guided him to learn it. I typed Baijoluo as Baijoluo before. I noticed it when I was checking the information. I'm sorry, the author has already revised it. Please feel free to read it. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Faloo's 18th anniversary brand upgrade gives back to readers. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, August 10th to August 20th. Chapter 28. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Have to say, since the third generation ghost was surrendered by him, this girl has been very obedient, and he is very satisfied with it. Have some discernment, otherwise, he would use the third generation ghost as a material to combine into another sword. Thank you, sir, for avenging my parents. At this time, Kia also looked weak, walked out of the door, and said gratefully to Qingyun, after knowing the death of his parents, he was angry, even more because, after knowing the cause of death, he could not take revenge, leaving crew alone. It is undoubtedly a very frustrating thing for the enemy to scream there, but Qingyun killed Crow, and said in disguise that the other party also helped her take revenge, therefore, she was also full of gratitude to Qingyun. You're welcome, I'm just doing the job I'm supposed to do as a bounty hunter. Qingyun glanced at Kia and said, he didn't care much about the other party's gratitude, after all, he didn't know the other party, let alone familiarity, so, how could he care? Miss Kia, do you have a wooden coffin at home? Nami also asked Kia at this time. There should be. Kia answered uncertainly, when her parents were alive, she was not involved in family matters. After her parents passed away, she became ill and was extremely weak, so she didn't know much about her family's situation. If you really want to ask her, that I'm afraid it's not a case of not knowing everything after asking 3 questions. There are some wooden coffins, but they are all cheap. If you need them, we are willing to prepare a wooden coffin with higher value and better quality for you. Meili also stood up at this time, as a servant of the Kia family, of course he should know what to do at this time. Of course, he can't make all the decisions. After all, this family is Kia's family, and all the wealth is Kia, so he added the word, we, in his words, so as not to appear to have gone beyond the face of Kia, the master, and it can be regarded as answering Nami's question. Meili said exactly what I wanted to say. Kia also nodded to Nami and expressed her attitude. No need, it's just for holding the body, don't make it so luxurious. Nami quickly waved her hand and refused. As a professional bounty hunter, in addition, she has had several experiences, so she can be said to be very familiar with how to deal with corpses with bounty orders on them. Install a wooden coffin, and then add some specially purchased antiseptic materials for embalming. In this way, it can be ensured that the time for the decomposition of the corpse to appear is extended. A few days are enough for them to go to the Navy branch to dispose of these corpses. Replaced with a bounty. I'll go get ready. Mary said and went to get ready. You two, have you asked for your names yet? Kia looked at the 2 people and asked. Qingyun. Nami. The 2 of them also said their names. Mr. Qingyun, Miss Nami, if you don't mind, how about you come in and sit down? Let me do my best to be a landlord. Kia invited. Then I won't be polite. Qingyun did not reject the other party's kindness and walked over. At this time, Meili also walked out with the wooden coffin, but the wooden coffin was a bit heavy, and the other party was also tired and sweating before taking out the wooden coffin. Seeing this, Nami also walked over, did some work, put Crow's body in, took some antiseptic measures, and closed the wooden coffin. Entering Kia's home, Qingyun had already started to eat. He was eating some bread. Although the taste was average, for them who had not eaten yet, it relieved their hunger a little bit. How many days until the full moon? Qingyun asked while eating. Tonight is the full moon. Kia opened her mouth and found that she couldn't answer. Meili on the side also said quickly. What a coincidence. Hearing this, Qingyun smiled. The problem can be solved tonight, and then tomorrow he will directly take the bounty heads of the Black Cat pirates to Rog Town to exchange for the bounty. Mr. Qingyun, you avenged me. If you have any needs, just tell me and I will do my best to help you. Kia said. Good. Qingyun nodded and responded. Late at night, Qingyun and Nami were already silently watching the appearance of the Black Cat pirates on the coast near Shaluoba village. Originally, Kia and Meili are going to find the Navy to solve this problem, but he was persuaded by Qingyun. Navy? Calling the other party over is not asking the other party to compete with you. He also stated that it was enough to defeat the Black Cat pirates by himself. I have seen the power of Qingyun, therefore, Kia and the others believed Qingyun's words. Then, now it's just the two of them waiting here. Xiao Yunyun, how much bounty do the other members of the Black Cat pirates have in total? Nami also asked, and called out her special name for Qingyun. Qingyun's scalp felt numb upon hearing this shout. Call me captain. Qingyun glanced at the other party and said, the captain of course refers to the captain of his bounty hunter group. It's not that he wants to be a pirate, but calling you captain is not as affectionate as calling you Xiao. Nami smiled and challenged Qingyun. The enemy is coming. Qingyun glanced at the other party, and then looked at the sponge. He saw a ship approaching here. At this point in time, there is no doubt that this is the pirate ship of the Black Cat pirates heading towards Ziluobo village. He's coming closer, the target is here, the killing intent in his heart is beginning to boil. Grateful, *3, Pretty Guy's monthly ticket support. Thank you very much. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Faloo's 18th anniversary brand upgrade gives back to readers. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now, activity time, August 10th to August 20th. Chapter 29. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Black Cat pirate's ship slowly docked. After docking, there are also people on board the boat. Isn't Captain Crow here yet? Zhao glanced around. Although he had not taken off his glasses until now, he felt that he should still be able to see the surrounding situation more or less clearly. However, he might not be able to see so clearly, for Co-Captain Luo has not yet arrived, not only him, but also them. They are not surprised by this situation. After all, they have been waiting for Captain Luo to show up. It was more than once or twice, and at this time, Qingyun also took action, Ito-style Ghost Orefjingja. His figure immediately rushed out from the darkness, in the blink of an eye. Drifting, he slashed down, puff. Zhanyao was directly decapitated by Qingyun's sword, suddenly, too sudden. It was precisely because of this unprepared situation that the opponent's sudden move struck him. No chance to dodge. The two Catman brothers were also shocked by this sudden scene, but they also reacted and attacked each other directly. Dao Flow, Ghost Energy, Qinming. Qingyun held the knife in both hands, and ghost energy burst out from the blade. Facing the two people who were rushing towards her, he rushed towards each other without fear. Under the moonlight, the blade flashed past. Qingyun's figure had already appeared in front of the two of them. Behind them, poof. And the two cat brothers were slashed by Qingyun, and blood spurted out from their chests. They were defeated. The three strongest warriors on the Black Cat pirate's ship besides the captain, he was defeated by Qingyun, a man who suddenly appeared. When the other pirates of the Black Cat pirates saw this scene, they were frightened and panicked. The enemy is the enemy. Run! Vice-Captain Zhangao has been killed by the opponent. There are also cat brothers, they also fell. Run quickly. Don't block my way. For a moment, the pirates of the Black Cat pirates were calm and wanted to board the pirate ship and escape. But, they don't have this opportunity, because Qingyun will not give the other party this opportunity at all. After just killing the three powerful members of the Black Cat pirates, Qingyun felt bored. The strength of these three people is still slightly weak, although he has reached the rank of lieutenant. However, it is estimated that it has only reached the passing line for the lieutenant level. Almost as strong as a second lieutenant. As for Baiji Crow's strength, although it was only a short contest, if the opponent was fully prepared, he would be as strong as a captain. Therefore, for Qingyun, whose comprehensive strength has reached the rank of leader among the lieutenants, solve each other. Naturally, I find it boring. Too weak, seems boring. Then his eyes fell on the pirates of the Black Cat pirates. Then he also went on a killing spree, accompanied by angry roars. There were screams and the sound of falling to the ground. The pirates kept falling. Only 3 minutes, all the pirates in the boat were killed by Qingyun. the blood of these pirates also ended up on this beach and sea water. Nami, it's all solved. Qingyun said. I'm coming. After hearing this, Nami rushed over in a hurry. This was all money, and there was also an unknown amount of money on the other party's pirate ship, so, Qingyun saw Nami's 3 strokes and 5 divided by 2. So he boarded the other party's pirate ship and went to look for things. At the same time, the words Goldfinger appeared again. Pickable items detected, do you want to pick them up? Pick up. Ding. Successfully picked up, excellent physical crystals *3, ordinary physical crystals *33, outstanding soul crystals *3, ordinary soul crystals *33, outstanding physical arts crystals *3, ordinary physical arts crystals *30, ordinary swordsmanship crystal *32, already stored in portable space. The harvest this time is not much, but it is also quite a lot. But when added to his existing outstanding physical crystals, the number reaches 10, which is the current consumption required to upgrade from lieutenant level to school level. In general, this receipt made him quite happy. Then, he took out 10 outstanding body crystals from his personal space, threw them directly into his mouth in one breath, and they melted in his mouth. It is meant for personal use, so there is no need to synthesize it into perfect body crystals before taking it. Next moment, he also felt extremely clearly that his body had improved dramatically. This feeling of improvement is extremely comfortable. He was so intoxicated with the pleasure brought by this improvement that he couldn't help himself. But, having said that, this feeling of improvement only lasted for a while, and then stopped. Is this a school-level physique? I feel like I am full of strength. The sequelae of rapid improvement is that Qingyun has some illusions about his own power, but he is not fooled by this illusion, because he still has a long way to go. Now he has just entered the level of a major. That's it. Compared with the group of strong men in the Grand Line, he is still too inferior. Therefore, you must maintain a humble attitude and slowly improve yourself. At least you must slightly improve your strength to the level of Emperor level. If you are a little more arrogant, it will not be too much. New book. Please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Big discount on Dragon Boat Festival reading. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, June 22nd to June 24th. Chapter 30. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Soon, Nami also got off the Black Cat pirate's ship. This pirate group is really a poor man, she said with a look of displeasure. After a search, she only found 2 million Baileys. That's it. The well-known Black Cat pirates, who became famous in the East China Sea 3 years ago, are at this level. Even if Baiji Kelluo was to retire and escape by feigning death, except for Baiji Kelluo, the combined bounties of several other pirates were as high as more than 20 million. As a result, after 3 years, there was only this little amount in total. Money? I'm afraid you're not kidding me. Nami also thinks it's outrageous, but the situation is that she only found this amount of treasure from the other party's pirate ship, and the total value is only more than 2 million belly. In the past 3 years, the Black Cat pirates have made relatively little noise, probably because of Baiji Crow. Qingyun said casually, the reason why the Black Cat pirates made little movement, I guessed it with my butt, is simply because I was worried that if the movement was too big, they would be surrounded and eliminated by the warships sent by the Navy if they attracted the Navy. This good knife in his hand just broke. Therefore, before he successfully completes his plan, he will certainly not let the Black Cat pirates escape from his control, let alone let the Black Cat pirates disappear. That's why this happened. 1 million Baileys per person. Nami shook her head, looking a little disappointed. Now after surrounding and destroying several pirate groups with Qingyun, her horizons have begun to broaden, and her appetite has begun to pick up. Otherwise, before meeting Qingyun, the income of 1 million Baileys is enough to make her smile from ear to ear with joy. The total bounty for the Black Cat pirates is as high as 39 million Baileys, which is quite a lot. Qingyun said, the Black Cat pirates' worth mainly lies in the amount of bounty they are offered. Makes sense. Nami nodded, and then looked at the corpse with bright eyes. Where is the corpse? This is simply a pile of Baileys piled together, such a bounty income, and this time from the black. She and Qingyun share one share of the 2 million belly found on the cat pirate's ship. The black cat pirates alone can be regarded as directly bringing her an income of 20 million belly. Last month, they killed several pirate groups to earn such a large amount of money. As a result, this month, they just killed all the black cat pirates. And they gained so much, it is undeniable. She really is. I feel that being a bounty hunter is a very lucrative career, but for Nami, her total haul this time she went out to sea has already been more than 40 million belly, plus she spent 8 years. The accumulated treasure has reached the 100 million belly agreed with the evil dragon to buy the village. Therefore, she is very tangled in her heart now. The relationship with Qingyun has become closer and closer, but she couldn't leave the village alone, so, she felt overwhelmed for a moment, but she had to make a choice. Qingyun! Nami suddenly shouted. What? After finishing these things, Qingyun, who was about to tidy up and go back to sleep, turned around and looked at Nami after hearing Nami's words. Forget it, it's okay, go and do your work. After Nami opened her mouth, she found that it was really difficult to say what she wanted to say from her mouth. In the end, she could only choose to temporarily drop the topic. Hearing this, Qingyun looked at it deeply. Nami glanced at it, then turned around and took out the prepared wooden coffin, and collected a few valuable corpses. The others? Of course, they were thrown into the sea to feed the fish, although Nami did not say what she wanted to say, but he could more or less guess what the other party wanted to say. And he didn't want to force the other party. Sooner or later, the other party would tell him. Later, Nami also came over to embalm the body, and then Qingyun, by combining the ship of the Black Cat Pirates with his own ship, the pirate ship of the Black Cat Pirates turned into materials and became the nutrients of his ship. This allowed his ship to be improved. Now, his ship is only 2 high-quality ships before it can be upgraded to an excellent level ship. After everything is done, he and Nami also returned to their respective rooms on the ship to sleep. Their ships. The improvement obtained after several synthesis processes can be said to have improved the quality of the ship, and its size has also increased a lot. At the same time, the cabin on the ship has also become larger. Originally, he and Nami had to squeeze into one room. But now, each has its own room. There is even a spare room. As the level of the ship continues to improve, the size of his ship will continue to increase. Now it is only 2 or 3 rooms. In the future maybe there are more than a dozen rooms. Having said that, Qingyun and Nami also fell asleep silently. The fatigue of the day will be restored while sleeping. The next day, Qingyun and Nami also said goodbye to Kia and the others. Originally, Kia and Meili also discussed and planned to send a ship to Qingyun and the others as a thank you, but when she saw Qingyun's ship, she gave up such an idea. In front of such a beautifully decorated ship, Meili's ship, the forward Meili, was really embarrassed to take out, so to the end, just send money directly instead. The result is, Qingyun and the others got Bailey in a suitcase. Of course, this suitcase is smaller, and the number of Baileys contained in it is only 10 million. Baileys, it's already a huge sum of money. But, Kia is obviously a rich woman, or in other words, the amount of inheritance left to her by her parents is really astonishing, so she is so generous. I don't accept other people's things at will. In return, I'll give this to you. Qingyun also took out a rare body crystal and gave it to Kia. After explaining how to take it, he and Nami also drove their own electric boats and left Zilyobo village. The boats, fading away, on the coast, only Kia and Meili. Miss Kia, it's windy. Mr. Qingyun and Miss Nami have left. Let's go back. Meili said aloud. He knew his young lady's body, so he specially reminded her, but Kia looked at the blue crystal in her hand and was a little dazed. She remembered what Qingyun said to her, eat at this crystal, her body will recover and even become much stronger than ordinary people. Mr. Qingyun will definitely not lie to me. Kia gritted her teeth and put this fine body crystal into her mouth. It was originally a hard crystal, but it melted in her mouth, the effect was evaporated, her weak constitution was directly reversed, and she became healthy and strong. The body, on the shore, Kia cried with joy. On the other side, Qingyun on the boat was thinking, he had cut off Luffy's chance, so how would the other party get his own pirate ship? What? It's impossible to summon the Black Cat pirates with undead magic, right? Thanks to handsome guy Fan Xiaojian for your monthly ticket support. Thank you very much. The previous modification was made. The author changed the setting that souls and talents can only drop one crystal, and changed it to all types of crystals that can drop several. Sorry, you pretty guys. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Big discount on Dragon Boat Festival reading. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, June 22nd to June 24th. Chapter 31. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Go to the sea in Rogue Town. The ship was floating on the sea, and on the sea, a wooden box floated out of nowhere. After seeing the wooden box, Qingyun also thought about it and decided to pick it up. From time to time there will be something floating on the sea, sometimes it's some broken wood, sometimes it's some clothes, and this was the first time he encountered something like a wooden box. This thing, it's like a blind box. When you encounter some wooden barrels or boxes on the sea, you usually fish them out, because no one knows what is inside. It may be nothing, or it may be some rags, but it may also contain treasures. Therefore, most people at sea will not miss it. After all, everyone is lucky. Maybe, I was lucky enough to pick it up and open it, and found a large amount of treasure. If this were to happen, wouldn't it be a windfall? It seems that God wants me to make a fortune today. Qingyun looked at the salvaged wooden box and said. Don't be too happy, there might be nothing inside. Nami on the side said this. Do you really think that she has not encountered such a situation? That is naturally impossible. When you open the barrel or wooden box with great expectations, you find that there is a pile of garbage inside. After that, the gap in my heart is simply difficult to describe in words, but Qingyun ignored the other party. You are as arrogant as a non-chief, so don't talk here. He is the European emperor. Can a non-chief compare with the European emperor? A little bit is self-knowledge possible. Who, nail this wooden box tightly. Qingyun was about to open the wooden box, but after taking a closer look, he found that the wooden box had at least dozens of nails nailed into it. There were dozens of nails driven into every corner of the wooden box. You can see. He is very angry. There is something wrong with it. It is only a box of about 30 cubic centimeters. As for the box that is packed so tightly, I have no choice but to get tools. If I use the third generation ghost to cut it open directly, there will be nothing inside. Don't even think about saving the things. So many nails were driven in, and they looked very tight. He didn't believe that there were no good things inside, so he still had to be safe. He got the tools, he also drove them in. The nails that went in were pried out one by one and fell on the deck. After a while, he finally pulled out all the nails on one side. It was also possible to open the box, open it and take a look. Deviled fruit. The thing contained in the box was a strange fruit, but Qingyun, who was very familiar with the specialties of the pirate world, could tell what this thing was at a glance. This damn thing was a devil fruit, just. Who would be bored and put a devil fruit in it, pack it tightly, and throw it into the sea? Is it no longer necessary? Qingyun couldn't help but complain, but that's what he said. He is more inclined to get this devil fruit. There is a high probability that he knows the value of this devil fruit, so he specially put it. The devil fruits are sealed so tightly, so as not to sell them and exchange them for Bailey. After all, just looking at the appearance of the devil fruits, unless you have a devil fruit illustrated book, you can't tell what kind it is and what abilities it has. Devil fruit. This is the devil fruit worth 100 million belly. Nami's eyes widened as she looked at the devil fruit that Qingyun took out from the wooden box. She felt like she was going to have a heart attack and was about to burp. She was trembling with anger. This world is so unfair. After so many years, she opened. The number of boxes and barrels was no less than double digits, but nothing was obtained. However, after Qingyun picked up this box, as soon as he opened it, such a good thing was revealed. In an instant, Nami looked at Qingyun with an unkind look. She stood up. This was not the look in her eyes that she wanted to steal, it was the look in her eyes that she wanted to kill the European emperor, but Qingyun didn't care, it was just the jealousy of the non-chief. What he cared more about was the existence of this devil fruit. In his sight, the golden finger words appeared. Dragon fruit, ancient species, Tyrannosaurus rex form, a rare animal type ancient species devil fruit. After eating, you can turn into an animal from ancient times, Tyrannosaurus rex. However, after taking it, you will be repelled by the sea and turn into a landlubber. The text explains in detail what kind of devil fruit it is and what its abilities are. Certainly, the most crucial point is, the text on this devil fruit is black. This means, the level of this devil fruit has actually reached the legendary level. It is worthy of being an ancient species in the animal system, and its level is so high. If you eat this devil fruit, as long as you develop it enough, you may even be promoted to general level. Qingyun is also secretly frightened, however, he will not eat this devil fruit. He has no weaknesses in the first place, so it is nothing to add weaknesses to himself. He still vaguely remembers that devil fruits are repulsed by the sea. The sea here refers to rivers, swimming pools, bathrooms and many other places with water. Therefore, he is not interested in adding a weakness to himself. Even if this devil fruit is indeed not weak, he already has a golden finger. Are you still worried that your strength will not reach the general level? At this time, the animal type devil fruit, dragon fruit, ancient species, Tyrannosaurus rex form, if you eat it, you can transform into the Tyrannosaurus rex, an animal fought in ancient times. Qingyun also smoothly explained the devil fruit in his hand to Nami beside him. Ancient species. Nami looked puzzled. Her understanding of devil fruits only stopped at the superficial news that one devil fruit is worth 100 million belly. There are 3 types of devil fruits, the natural type, the superhuman type, and the animal type. In the animal type, in addition to some devil fruits that can turn people into ordinary animals, there are also 2 rare varieties, the ancient type and the fantasy beast type. The ancient type the species is considered to be one of the best, and the fantasy beast species is the most valuable. However, after eating the devil fruit, you will be rejected by the sea and you will be a landlubber for the rest of your life. Qingyun simply explained. Doesn't that mean that the ancient devil fruit in your hand is worth more than 100 million belly? Hearing this, Nami's eyes immediately lit up. After hearing this, Qingyun was speechless for a while. Sure enough, the angle at which money fans see things is different from ordinary people. Qingyun, let's sell this devil fruit. Everyone who sees it will get a share. How about a 50-50 split? Nami said. Don't even think about it. If you want to eat it, I can give you this devil fruit, but just sell it. Even if I don't eat the devil fruit, it's good to keep it as a collection. Qingyun decisively rejected Nami. How can such a good thing be used as a collection? This is such a waste of money. Wouldn't it be better to sell it and exchange it for Bailey? If you have money, you can buy a lot of things. Nami also shouted. Seeing this, Qingyun also ignored the other party. It is impossible to sell it, it is better to keep it as a collection. As for the noisy Nami. Children are like this, letting the other party make noises. After a while, when the other party realizes that she is ignoring her, she will naturally calm down. Thank you to the handsome boy of Fat Boy Loves Loli for your monthly support. Thank you very much. New book, please give me some data. Dear beauties, if you think the author's writing is good, you can vote for flowers, evaluation votes, and monthly votes. The more you vote, the more updates the author will make. Don't be soft-hearted and vote more. Big discount on Dragon Boat Festival reading. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP points. Grab a deposit now. Activity time, June 22nd to June 24th.